Look, Legatic is about to hear my video this week is late. And pure pain. I'm sorry. Rugby. Haha, look at you. You thought I missed this week's rugby update, didn't you? I bet you feel real stupid about now. But I'm here. I just needed to cry in the shower the whole week. Mostly because I've been processing the fact that I've been cursed by birth to support a team based in a city of 5 million people, by the way, that is back in its 2012 clown era. They are coached and managed as well as the Willy Wonka experience. A rugby update must come out though, so here we are. And we'll maybe look a little bit more forward this time by starting to look back at the URC. On Friday night, the Sharks tried their damnedest to lose a game against Edinburgh in Edinburgh, despite the fact that they had every cent of all the talent they have nurtured throughout the years on the park. They failed and managed an 80th minute try against an Edinburgh team that even the locals probably would have expected to cop 40 to 50 points. A win is a win, I guess. Saturday's first game was here in Joburg as the Lions hosted Benetton. And thank fucking goodness I did not go to this game live. I would have been banned permanently for swearing at every player, coach, medic, water carrier, ball boy, mascot, food stand operator and security guard within earshot. 6 years I've been putting up with this shit. Also, very well played, Benetton. It's good to see an Italian club in the upper half of the table fighting for a playoff spot. That's what you want. Sasha Feinberg Ngomezulu is some player. Hey, he hosted Connacht in Cape Town on Saturday and nearly lost, except for scoring a hat-trick in the first half and then a ridiculous pass in the second half, helping him and his teammates take home the spoils. I did not watch any part of Judgment Day, so you may judge me, as the Pope is currently being judged at the pearly gates. I was surprised though to find out that the Ospreys lost pretty badly to Cardiff. If I still hated the Ospreys as I did last year, this might even have given me some sick pleasure. I think at the same time that the Ospreys were losing to Cardiff, the Bulls were having a tough one in the wet, in Munster. Fortunately for the visitors, the referee and the sideline officials and the Munster players and coaches and managers and the TMO all had a nightmare. This led to Munster having to play with only 14 players and uncontested scrums for 16-ish minutes. How could this happen? How could a referee not keep this very simple to follow diagram in his head in the freezing rain while running around and trying to referee modern rucks and lineouts and scrums for the professional players all around him? So that led to a good win for the Bulls away from home and full marks for beating all the Irish sides this year. That's pretty good. Obviously, I did not watch the Judgment Day game between the Dragons and the Scarlets either, because that was also overlapping with some other games. I don't know. But I am going to guess that the Dragons went ahead early and maybe looked like they were on for a win and then threw away the game in the second half. Is that right? I'm not even going to look it up. You can tell me down in the comments. Next up, or at the same time, I don't know, Zebre were hosting the Warriors, who were changed up quite a bit, in Parma. And it went about the same way it went for the Lions when they were in Parma. Just a very low scoring game with nothing really to write home about. Let's just get out of there. And finally, the last game of the weekend was in Dublin as Leinster hosted Ulster for a bit of a chuckabout. If you look at the bench that Leinster named though, the chuckabout ended somewhere in the second half, and you can draw your own conclusions about how things ended up. I'm just glad second stringers like Mangan and Henshaw got some time where they weren't coming off the bench and they could prove that maybe one day they can start again. And that was the end of round 15 of the URC this year. Leinster still are way out in front and look unstoppable, just like the last 3 years. And below them there are 3 sides fighting it out for home quarterfinals, and they are looking very close to cementing that. Below that is a whole bunch of teams fighting out for those away quarterfinal spots, which usually end up in teams just losing. Unless you're Munster, I guess. Unfortunately, it looks like my Lions will miss the playoffs again this year, by a wide margin, and I'm finding it really hard not to personally attack anyone at the Union. I guess they are all just trying their best, even if it seems like their best sucks ass. Elsewhere in the world of rugby, the Women's Six Nations is still all England all the time, but they should be looking over their shoulders at the ladies in green. How long will they keep avoiding the girls from Africa? How long will they pad their stats while the girls from South Africa smash everyone put in front of them? Every cup that the English win from now on needs to have an asterisk behind it until that titanic clash takes place. Speaking of smashing, the Chiefs smashed the Highlanders over the weekend in Super Rugby Pacific to take back the top spot on the log from the Crusaders. The men from Waikato are now our Obi-Wan. They are seemingly the only hope to keep the Pop Collar Cup away from the Crusaders for at least one more year and to keep the Super Rugby good vibes going. Please do it. Just one more year at least, please. And please, some non-tournament news. Let's read off the laptop like I always do. And you'd think making a rugby update a few days later would mean I can capture the big weekly news in this video. But there was none. No announcement that Rudolf Stroili has stepped down, or that Cash van Rooyen has moved on to the Cavaliers or something, or that Altman Allers has decided to sell the Lions Rugby Union to some eye-searingly rich oil baron from America or something. But nope, nothing big like that. The only real big announcement, I guess, is that Castor or Castore or whatever, I don't know, the English brand, will shed the Umbro disguise and become the logo on all the men and women's England rugby kits. They will be the main supplier, I mean. And now they join the Saracens and Leinster and the Scarlets as the supplier of all your favorite rugby team kits. The other news is that Adam Beard is leaving the Ospreys. He'll probably end up at some super rich French club, but he'll still be able to play for Wales. He's got a whole bunch of caps. He's really good, actually. Along with that, we got news that one club man, Ben Youngs, will be retiring from all professional rugby at the end of the season. The opposite of that is the news that Portia Woodman Wycliffe is doing the opposite to Ben Youngs and unretiring to see if she can win yet another trophy in this year's Women's World Cup. It's good news, she is an incredible player, basically the women's Lomu. And I am the Lomu of Rugby YouTube, based out of the south of Joburg, who specifically sits on a couch talking to the camera. And I'm so good at ending videos. So I'll end it there, and I'll see you next week. Maybe it's a long weekend again, I don't know. But we'll talk about the latest tripe served up by the Lions then. Bye.